Welcome back to more Fate Hollow Ataraxia. So I'm ready to just keep going. We can talk a bit about what happened last time and where we're at now. Still don't really know what's going on, but that's all good. But first, I want to let y'all know that I did a poll on my Patreon basically to ask whether I should keep reading the dialogue after the voice actors say it, or just only stick to the narration like I did in my Fate Stay Night playthrough. The majority of y'all let me know for the latter option. Approach this how I did Fate Stay Night. Since this has full voice acting, just let the voice actors do their thing, which is all good with me. Either way is good. Obviously, this way is easier on my voice, and it's a bit more immersive as well. Originally, in the first two parts of this playthrough, it was all done in the same session, but I wanted people watching on another monitor or on their phone in like their pocket or something for it to be easier for peripheral watching. So if they weren't able to look at the screen at all times, to still know what was being said at all times. But either way, this is all good. So I'm ready to just keep going, man. So last time, Shiro had a dream. Apparently, as we see here, we saw Bazet, who was like revived, which is crazy. And then we saw that servant, which has not been name dropped yet. We got some pretty cool characterization for him. It's cool to see him it was cool to see him in that context, in his interactions with Bazet and their kind of compatibility and differences, and his perspective. It's very cool, especially knowing who he is and knowing what I know of him. I'm sure we all know who he is, but I'll leave it nameless for now. If you're watching and you somehow don't know who that is, please stay away from the comments, lest you be spoiled. Personally, I'm gonna be, and this is nothing personal against any of y'all, because I love you and I love your comments, but I'm gonna be very cautious of the comments as well. Probably gonna give it, more time before checking them, and I'm just gonna be avoiding content in general about this game to stick to a blind experience. I'm sure y'all understand that. But yeah, so that happened. Fuyuki, for some reason, in that instance where Bazet wakes up, she doesn't really remember what happened. Feels weak. She remembers the fact that she was killed, seemingly, or just kind of vaguely, in that, like, didn't even, it kind of even doubted that he was the one that she summoned in the first place. But you know, that's where they were at. They kind of went around Fuyuki. For some reason, everyone was like dipping out. There was things like attacking people, as we saw in like the house. That whole thing was screwed up. And then at the end, we saw Rin and Sakura, like the new Edelfelt sisters. And because they both summoned Saber, they each got like two different parts of her. They got Saber and Saber Alter. Oh, that was so ridiculous. And I'm sure significant, but I'm like, what is going on? Pretty nuts. Because then now we're here. So, yeah, we'll see if anything more comes of that dream. If that's what Shiro fully dreamed of, which is crazy for him to dream of, because it's like, how would he know of Bazet or even of him? Very strange stuff. But either way, I'm ready to just keep going, and to see what's up. Last time Shiro was conscious, we saw he was at the Ryudo Temple. He was hanging out with everyone. They were telling spooky stories. That's how the beginning of the game debated me. Fooled me pretty good. Nasu is a great horror writer, as I recall from Tsukihime as well, and Stay Night. But we also saw, like, in his peripheral vision while he was in like the courtyard, this white-haired girl, kind of like in the corner of his eye, that seemed to be like watching him. Obviously, I've seen her character before. Like, it's not like I've never seen her before, and I think I know her name, but I don't know anything else about her, and I'm trying to keep it that way. So yeah, we'll see what's going on with her, I guess, at some point, or why she has like an interest in Shiro. So yeah, but after that, yeah, he went back in with everyone, and then the transition to the Bazet thing happened, and now we're here. So anyway, that's enough talking. I'm ready to just keep playing, so let's go. I wake up just before 6 in the morning. The light coming through the window is a little bright, and the breeze seeping through the gaps is a little chilly.
しまった。またやっちまった。
A steamy summer had come and gone, passing into October before anyone realizes it. Very timely to be playing this now, then. It's become a season where falling asleep without a blanket is a bad idea.
昨日の夜は、
I love this season, by the way. I love cool weather. I don't like when it's freezing, which it doesn't in my, I'm in the south of the United States. It doesn't really get to that point. But man, a good fall where it's like you need to have a hoodie on or be comfortable under that blanket. So good. Set my still sluggish brain in motion. Last night, I fixed up bike number 1, changed number 2's chain to a new one while I was at it. Since I didn't have anything else to do, I relaxed a bit and ended up nodding off.
さすがに地べたで寝るときついな。もうじき冬だし、布団一式運んでおかないと。
You definitely need one of those in here, as much time as he apparently still spends in here. I guess some things don't change. I rotate my stiff shoulders and breathe in. Breakfast starts at 6:30 at the Emiya residence. There's still plenty of time, but only for the people who are going to eat. The people making breakfast have to wake up 30 minutes earlier than that, which is him, of course.
さくらのやつ、最近飯作り終わってから起こしに来るんだもんな。まったく。
Ah,
い
so
つか
there
ら
you
人の
go.
趣味を面白おかしく奪うような性格になったんだろ。
So, okay, Sakura has been taking up breakfast duty, robbing Shido of his hobby. How dare. It is definitely the influence of her sister. Anyway, at this house, if you want to make breakfast, you have to wake up at 6 a.m. or risk being beaten to the punch. As the master of this house, no, as her teacher, I can't afford to be outdone already by my pupil. Ah. Beautiful day, let's go. Once I step onto the veranda, my nose catches the smell of breakfast. The sound of an active kitchen knife reaches my ears. Judging by this, I'd say breakfast is about 80% complete. God, Chef Shiro, gauging the percentage of smell to breakfast completion, Jesus. The same old scenery of a pleasant morning. Savoring it as if it was only natural. Ah.
おや、おはようございます、シロ。今朝は少し寝坊ですか？
Character that really looks like sunshine here. It's so good to see Saber. I gaze at her smile.
シロ、どうしたのです？黙りこくって。
Again, we're not gonna get into questioning why servants are here. I did not question it in today's menu for the Emiya family. I will not do so here. I will just simply keep things in mind for, I don't know, maybe figuring things out. If such reasons exist, which I assume they do. Also, just to mention the opening real quick. Kid Gilgamesh? What the heck? I thought that was an FGO thing, but apparently he's from here. Anyway.
私の顔に何か？
Also, missed that sprite. Half a year ago. Back when it was still cold, there had also been times like this. That was...
顔色が優れませんね。まったく、また土蔵で用を明かしたのですか？シロ、鍛錬を欠かさぬ心構えは立派ですが、それで体を壊しては半人前だ。
And maybe this is looking a little too deep into things, because maybe Shiro just looks pale after spending the night in the storehouse and, oversleeping, quote unquote. But he was also kind of like shocked when he saw Medea in Ryudo, and he wasn't sure why. Like, he kind of couldn't think of the reason why it was surprising to see her, even though he literally just talked about how the servants had disappeared. So maybe it's the same thing happening here. Is there some force at work that's preventing him from questioning what's going on, even though he's instinctively reacting that it shouldn't be like this? I don't know. Yeah, after all, I'm still a kid. It's only been half a year since the Holy Grail War. People can't grow up that easily.
聞いているのですか、シロ。いいですか？リンに留守を任されている以上、私にはあなたを監督する義務がある。不節制が続くようでは、私にも考えがあります。
That's right. With Tosaka gone, it was up to Saber to protect the order of our household. Where is Rin? Oh, did she go to study at the clock tower? I guess that makes sense, because that is consistent in all routes, so... But that's not important right now.
セイバーの考えってどんな？
シローが一番苦手なことを。いくら言っても守らないのですから、監督として身近で指導をするしかない。
Though I say in all routes, but I'm pretty sure this VN itself kind of has its own canon. Which again, I'm letting it go. Let's just go.
シローが悔い改めないというのなら、今日からでも部屋をシローの隣に移しましょう。
She says something horrifying with a smile. Saber's room is a Japanese-style guest room. Back when she was moving out from the room next to mine...
お断りします。住居を変える理由がありません。
She was being real hard-headed about it, but I managed to get her to back down. The war was over, and there was no need to have a bodyguard after all. That happened just a little while ago. Ever since then, I took back the appropriate peace of mind of a healthy young man.
反省した。明日からきちんと自分の部屋で寝る。
結構です。まあ、この条件が効果てきめんというのは私としては複雑ですが、これもシローの健康のため。身近で警護できないのが不安ではありますが、シローが安眠できないのでは仕方がない。
Alright, fair enough, Saber. Saber turns readily towards the living room. It's very cute, her being concerned about Shiro. Of course, why should anyone feel reluctant to end a regular old morning conversation? Ah, I forgot to tell her. I have to say it.
セイバー、おはよう。今日も一日よろしくな。
Cool. I don't know, it's the little things, man. I've missed hearing Shiro say Saber. I've missed Saber saying Shiro. Because for some reason, I just love that every time she would say something in Fate Stay Night, and then comma, Shiro, like pause. I don't know, just something about the cadence of that is so, like, satisfying to me.
はい。シローも気をつけて。
Oh no, she said it first. Damn grammar. I go with Saber to the living room. My vision goes blurry for some reason, wondering why I rub my eyes.
あれ、
My eyes were a little watery. The same old scenery of a pleasant morning. I must have yawned from the blessed boredom of it all. Or maybe you were
いただきます。
really, like, emotional to see Saber there? Because she normally shouldn't. Again, the slightly different sounds of a variety of clasping hands echoed. On the table is the main dish of grilled fish, 6 portions of it actually.
はい、そんなわけで今朝はさくらが早起きして作ってくれました。みんな、特にそこのぐうたら人間は
A certain
さくらに
slouch.
感謝しつつ、よく噛んで食べるように。
Oh my. Hello, Medusa. 2 people nod earnestly. No, I didn't mean you guys. I meant the Fujimura group over there, trading spinach for roast chicken. Oh my god. And Ilias here as well. Alright, this is perfect. Listen, I don't want to question anything. I don't want to. I want to just enjoy this. I want to just be like, yes, this is great.
私のはいらないって言ってるのに、さくらも懲りないんだから。タイガー、納豆食べるでしょ。卵焼きと交換して。
いいけど、まだ納豆苦手なの？食べず嫌いはダメよ。と言いつつ、卵半分ならうなずくお姉ちゃんであった。むふふ納豆とご飯の良さがわからないとは、まだまだひよっこね。
Finally, the Taiga Dojo duo united at last, bargaining over breakfast. Also, Taiga laugh.
半分か。いいわ。そのレートで交換してあげる。どうせこんなに食べきれないものは、そうやって知らないうちにさくらの関係に引っかかってなさい。
10日交換成立。卵半分でイリアちゃんの納豆ゲットだぜ。あとさくらちゃんの関係ってなんだ？
God, that sprite is still so disturbing on Taiga.
大丈夫。カロリー計算はちゃんとやってますから、よく噛んでちゃんと運動すれば余分なお肉なんてつきませんね。そうですよね、セイバーさん。
Look at proud Sakura. Her proud sprite is what definitely like one of my favorites of her.
さくらの言う通りです。体格が違うので断言はできませんが、タイガだけ体重が増すということはないでしょう。ほら、セイバーさんもこう言ってますし、じゃんじゃん食べちゃってください。おかわりいっぱいやりますからね。言われるまでもなく、さくら、山盛りでお願いします。
That was definitely like a sonic sound right there. Ryder and I exchange glances. It looks like we have the same thing in mind, but some things are better left unsaid.
ライダーはもうお茶は空だけど。
私は一杯で結構です。セイバーほどの消化器官は持ち合わせてはいませんし、
Wow.
燃費が悪いわけでもない。お茶をいただいていますので、さくらも食事に専念してください。
Ryder pours tea for herself. Sipping hot tea silently really does seem to fit her.
燃費が悪いとは
Here we
引き付け
go.
なりませんね、ライダー。私とて必要最低限であれば一杯で十分だ。
She's just a glutton.
ですが、こうして用意された以上残すこともないでしょう。
Indeed.
兵糧は無駄にしてはいけませんし、何より
I like how Saber thinks.
ふろふき大根美味しいよね。
Taiga, there's no need for all that. Relax.
セイバーちゃん食べないならちょうだい。
The funniest thing, just her making those noises over Saber's shoulder. Like, Saber just in her right ear hears this Taiga munch ASMR.
お断りします。
いや
With the chopsticks.
何より、
Ooh,
せっかくさくら
what
が
broke?
用意してくれた食事です。簡単に済ますのは心苦しい。美味しい料理は素直に心の赴くままいただくものです。
I feel that what Saber said is a perfectly logical, wonderful opinion. Or I would if only she hadn't asked for a third serving already. People, you really shouldn't overdo things.
あれ、今日のお味噌汁なんか味違うね。シロが手伝ったんじゃないでしょう。なんかバラバラな感じ。味が濃いくせにじゃがいもは細かくきれいにカットされてる。下手なのに繊細。駆け出しの彫刻師みたい。
I like the nuance of that. Not skilled, but precise.
ああ、いや、何事も経験だし、変わったことをしとかないとな。
ふん。私は前のが好きだけど。まあ、こっちも将来性はなくもないかな。セラが作る和風料理もこんな感じだし。
Ryder slumps in relief. I didn't exactly lie. What I was trying to hide is the fact that today's miso soup was made by our very own Ryder. Ah, okay. There you go. When I got to the kitchen this morning, Sakura and Ryder were already there. Saber and I laid out the tableware, all while watching Ryder in her desperate battle in front of the miso soup pot.
藤村先生、そろそろ時間です。文化祭の準備会始まっちゃいますよ。
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
じゃあさすがに今日遅刻したら竜道くんに怒られるわね。食後のお茶さえも楽しめないのか教員生活。
Cultural festival activities sound fun. Fujine rolls up holding the helmet for Tiger number 1 in her hand.
じゃあさくらちゃん先に行ってるわね。シローも遅刻しないように来るのよ。進学しないからってあんまり気を抜いてサボらないように。
You know, I never really thought of Shiro's plans post high school, outside of him going to the clock tower with Rin or staying in Fuyuki with Sakura or something. Like, I guess he just would work in that case, but I don't know, I've never really thought about that. Or other than him just wanting to be a hero. Which, by the way, what's up with that right now, Shiro? So we still doing that? So the single female English teacher in her 20s waved at us with a smile and ran off. That description, though. Since the cultural festival is closing in, lately Fujine has been leaving early. The same goes for Sakura, the succeeding captain of the archery club, but due to the festival, the regular morning training was reduced to a short meeting. Because of that, she had 30 more minutes of free time than usual.
文化祭もうすぐですね。姉さんもそれまでに帰ってこられればいいんですけど。
そうだな。夏休み中に帰ってくるなんて言っておきながら、もう10月だし。あっちでなんかあったのかな、遠坂。
I hope she comes back soon as well. I love Rin. Or like it would be nice if she didn't cause anything to happen. Seriously.
リンが長期滞在してるのは自業自得よ。だいたい1ヶ月で済むわけないじゃない。宝石圏の真似事をして失敗したのよ。
Oh shit. Okay.
まあリンには100年早いから万が一なんて起きないだろうけど、もし第二魔法を暴発させてたらそれこそどうなってたことか。
Interesting. So, alright, so Rin botched an imitation of that jewel sword, which we, of course, we know of from Heaven's Feel. That Shiro, you know, looking back to the past, was able to replicate using the Azoth sword. So, but this last line right here, but who knows exactly what happened because of that second sorcery explosion she caused. So like knowing about the second sorcery and how it, like, you know, the parallel worlds thing, could that have been a cause for like all this? I don't know, man. This is very, my brain's running on like, because here's my thing. This was written by Nasu, correct? Like, this whole scenario has to be like very intentional for some reason. And like just certain things I'm picking up on, it's like, I don't know. Again, you guys know how I am. I overthink the fuck out of everything, so, and ultimately I'm not going to come to a conclusion anyway, because that's how I am, because I'm open to any possibility. I'm just saying, very interesting that. Ilya's genuinely disgusted. Well, I guess it's normal to be angry if all of that happened in your own castle. Let's go back 2 months. One day in the midst of summer holidays, Tosaka said, as enthusiastic as ever,
ロンドンに行く身としては切り札が必要でさ。なんでも今期は鬼人が多いって言うし、極東の田舎者としては貫禄の一つでもつけとかないとね。
I mean, that would certainly do it. So she tried slapping together like fucking flex tape. Well, knowing Tosaka though, she probably had taken great care in preparation. A pendant, a super miniature version of the jewel sword that can monitor waves from parallel worlds. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whew. Oh goodness, dude, this art. I love it. And messed up completely and utterly on a scale that us mere mortals could never imagine. The result, all the data and materials she had collected, including the money she had to borrow from Sakura to purchase them, went poof. According to Ilya, the fact that she even survived meant she was a monster. After looking at her bank book though, that monster turned into something more like the living dead. Wow.
エミヤ君、アルバイト先紹介して。
Alright, so never mind. That was a much more humorous series of events than I thought that situation would be. That's amazing. Back then, things were still relatively okay, despite her saying things like that, but one day, something major happened. That was the price of meddling in sorcery in what came to be called the Winchester event. Later.
さすがに今回はピンチだわ。このままだと封印して起
Oh
きちゃうか
God.
もしれない。その前にねじれちゃったところを直さないと。
We're sealing. Jesus. With that, she journeyed to the clock tower, the HQ of magic.
けどさ、あれって
Okay.
結局どういうことだったんだ？
So that's why she's trying to make amends for all that.
単にイリアの城がしっちゃかめっちゃかになっただけだろ？
Craziness in the castle.
もう分かってないわね、シロは。リンは武器として加工してない得意
Fired
点を
off
ぶ
a
っ放しちゃって
singularity.
この町はちょっとしたターミナルになりかけたんだから。因果率が狂って事象が混成して未来の次に過去がつながりそう
Oh
になったっ
jeez.
て言えばわかる？
Yeah, honestly, because yeah, it's a really big deal. That's why I was like, wait, what? That's kind of insane.
ああ、要するに何でもありの世界になりかけたってことか。
Wait, is that the canon explanation for all this? Did Shiro just say like why all this?
わかりやすく言えばね、厳密に言うとこの町で起こりうる可能性なら全て引き寄せられた世界になりかけたってこと。
It almost turned into a world where all the possible outcomes of this town were drawn in. Interesting. Okay, so I guess this is the thing then. All possible outcomes drawn in, huh? Like winning first place in the lottery, or aliens coming to Earth, or true immortality being perfected, or everyone suddenly coming to kill me, or all the servants being here. You know. In other words, a morbid joke that had a small chance of occurring actually happening.
なるほど、それであんなことに。けど、あれはそういうのとはちょっと違ったような。
Well, I mean, it was a world that was a flat-out copy of a children's fairy tale. I mean, it was a world that was the same one from Dodgson's Alice. That reference is over my head. I mean, it was pretty much a real-life version of May Survival. What are these references?
あれには私たちも驚き
Am I
ました。
uncultured?
リンが死
Don't
ん
answer
とし
that.
たことは人の手に余ることです。ことによっては聖杯戦争より大事になってしまう。
Yeah, very big deal. Said its victim quietly. Oh, there you go. Actually, not only Ryder, but everyone here, plus one other, were victimized by it.
どうしたさくら？なんかあったのか？
大したことじゃないんです。今ライダーが言ってたことで少し。
Sakura trailed off. Well, if she says so, I'll just nod and leave it at that. Or more like I was planning to.
聖杯戦争って言葉でしょ。さくらが反応したのは。なんだ、気づいてないのかと思ってたけど、まだ半信半疑だっただけか。
The child of winter did not overlook that comment.
聖杯戦争がどうしたんだよ、イリア。もう半年も前のことだろ？それは。
そうかしら。少なくともサーバントたちはそう思っていないんじゃないかしら。
They are still here, after all.
ねえセイバー、ライダー、あなたたちならこの空気に気づいているわよね。
This aura. Ugh.
ライダー、セイバーさんも何か知っているんですか？
That's a great question.
いえ、私は何も。ただ、イリアの言う通り、この街の空気が張り詰めていることは、小さな、本当に些細な違和感なので、様子を見ていたのですが。
A minor sense of discord. What are you saying? Why is Ryder mentioning something so plainly obvious?
セイバーはライダーの言ってることわかるか？
はい。憶測に過ぎないことですが、よろしいですか、シロ。
I nod silently.
では、率直に言えば、殺気立っているのは町ではなく、私たちサーバントです。そうでしょう、ライダー。
Hostility towards each other.
私たちは数日前から共に軽い敵意を抱いている。理性ではなく本能が 互いを倒すべき敵だと告げている。それはつまり
聖杯戦争時におけるサーバントの高揚感
Hmm.
認めたくはありませんが、私も同じ結論です。
Saber and Ryder glare at each other. What they are saying is extremely simple.
そうか。要するに聖杯戦争が起きてるってことだな。
We aren't concerned with the whys and hows yet. The evidence points to this conclusion.
そんなありえません。変ですよ先輩。聖杯なんてもうないじゃないですか。
Very weird. Very interesting. It's going on now.
それにほら、聖杯戦争が起きるなら教会からお知らせとかあるんじゃないですか。
There ought to be.
ああ、けどないよな、そんなの。それじゃあ、新しく聖杯戦争が起きたんじゃなくて、終わったものがなんでか再開したっていうのはどうだ。
Restarted?
それなら合点がいくというか。
After all, most of the masters are still alive, the servants are still hanging around, and our command spells are still in good shape. Well, there you go. I still have one left on my left hand.
へえ、そっか。それなら十分ありえるわね。第5次の勝者はシローだけど、シローは聖杯を使わなかった。サーバントもまだ残っている状況だし、何かの弾みで戦闘状態が再開したという解釈はありかも。
Interesting. So Shiro has one command seal left. He was the winner. And, well, I guess, you know, duh. But, okay.
敗者復活戦ということですか。しかしイリア、聖杯戦争の勝者がシローというのは誰が決めたのです。私は勝者のいない戦いだったと思う。
Okay, so it was no one? What exactly happened? Ryder isn't complaining that I won. It's the complaint of making me the winner of a battle that I made sure had no winner.
勝者を決めるのは他ならぬ聖杯よ。結果はどうあれ、聖杯はシローを勝者として捉えている。
True.
他ならぬ私が言うんだから間違いないでしょ。
If anyone can say it,
わ
it's
かり
her.
ました。では聖杯としてのあなたに問いましょう。この状況をどう打開するべきなのか。
It's time to fight over the Grail again.
え、
Ryder is looking at Ilya seriously. If fighting breaks out, Sakura will be put in harm's way. For that reason, Ryder must be feeling a sense of danger at the words resumption of the Holy Grail War.
ちょっと待ったライダー。別にどうもこうもないだろう。再開したっていうが、そもそも聖杯がないんだ。戦う理由がないじゃないか。
よくできました。シローの言う通りよ。確かに最近の冬季はどこかおかしいけど、そう目くじらを立てるほどのことじゃないわ。だいたいね、サーバントが聖杯戦争後も限界してるって時点でおかしいんだから、これぐらいの異常容認しないとやっていけないわよ。
Ilya's talking to me right now. Alright, interesting. Alright, Ilya, I'll take the hint.
そうそう。仮にライダーたちがいることでよからぬ企みを持ったやつが来ても変わらない。だってそのよからぬやつを迎撃するのもライダーたちだからな。強者の条件って知ってるか？
So, Okay.
目立つやつは敵を作りやすいけど、その敵から当然のようにみんなを守れるやつを強者って言うんだ。腕が立つだけの人間はただの暴れん坊で、俺が知る限り二人は本当の意味での強者だと思うけど。
はい、
In the real
で
way.
もシローの言う通り、今日のシローは物分かりが良くて
The
100点
blush.
満点です。
Well done, Shiro. Should I be dancing in joy? Well, gee, I guess the usual me is always dense.
だから問題があるとしたらあなたたちよ、シェイバー、ライダー。 あなたたち戦いを再開したいの？
断じてありません。まあライダーが戦うというのであれば受けて立ちますが。
I think everyone's chilling. Like honestly, like my impression of this is I don't think they'll get to that level of fighting.
それはこちらのセリフです。あなたには幾度となく敗れてきた。あなたが私に機会をくれるのなら借りを返しても構いませんが。
Oh boy. Cool effect. Sparks are flying between those two. For a short while, it looked like they finally got along, but I guess they're still rivals.
よかった。ま、発情期の猫じゃあるまいし、いくらあなたたちでも理由なく暴れたりしないものね。退屈だからって人間狩りをするような趣味もないだろうし。
イリアスピール、その例えはどうかと思う。私はそのような悪鬼ではない。
He does.
彼女には前例があるので弁護することはできませんが。
That is true. Ryder wanted to, but couldn't counter that argument. Ryder's so fucking pretty, man. Jesus. Anyway, if it comes down to behaving like an animal, I don't think that Saber is any different, but I'll put that aside. Well, there you go.
どうなったんでしょう。
Especially when it comes to food.
他の連中が襲ってくることもないだろうし、しばらくは様子を見よう。まだ事件なんて起きてないんだし、無理に調べて回ることもないってことかな。
Yeah, I guess nothing major's
そうですね。
happened so far, so.
それじゃあ他のサーバントさんに聞いてみたらどうですか？ 何かおかしな感じしませんかって。ランサーさんとかよく街で見かけますけど。
Bro. Sakura just said something odd, but I don't mind at all. Yeah, Lancer does seem like he'd be willing to give me his impressions on what's going on.
では私たちも折を見て調べてみることにしましょう。それとさくら、そろそろ登校の時間ですが。
あ、本当だ。ごめんなさい。すぐに片付けちゃいます。
いいえ、後片付けは私の仕事です、さくら。あなたは落ち着いて登校してください。
Look at these two.
ありがとうライダー。それじゃあよろしくね。
Sakura is cheerfully getting ready to leave. Me, though, I still have about 30 minutes left, so I'll go help Ryder.
行ってきます。先輩、サボっちゃダメですよ。
Sakura leaves hastily. This marks the end of our morning.
二人とも食器は流しに出しといてくれ。着替えてきてから一気にやっちまうから。
助か
Very
りま
kind.
す。正直、洗い物はまだ苦手です。
Ryder isn't clumsy, she just can't get a hold of restraining her power. She's a plate breaker just like Saber, but for a different reason. I see. Anyway, I'll go back to my room. Except...
シロ、先ほどの話ですが、夜の巡回をするのなら声をかけてください。イリアスピールはああ言っていましたが、私はどこか引っかかるのです。
I am truly grateful for Saber's offer. I'm glad that she said that. I know I shouldn't be, but a part of me is excited that things had returned the way they were a half a year ago.
わかった。折を見て夜に出かけるときは声をかけるよ。街の様子がおかしいっていうのは確かなんだし、万が一に備えてパトロールしよう。
Something funny is definitely going on, and I'm glad they brought it up. That's like, the servants are still here, still have our command seals. We sense this hostility. Something's going on. So, we'll see.
まあそもそもセイバー以外と巡回をするなんて考えられないけどな。
Oh.
はい。あなたならそう言ってくれると信じていました。シロ。
Oh, there it is. There's the cadence. I gotta say, man, it's also very satisfying to see Shiro and Saber. Especially the last time me seeing them was last episode. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, that's what I should be saying. If Saber is with me, I won't be killed that easily. It's past 7:30 in the morning. Now, should I go to school or should I take it easy? Life has become a bit weird, but even though I'm getting excited, it isn't likely that I'd get to the bottom of this by myself.
気が向いたら調べてみるか。
And I gotta say, because there's no save slots this time. Wait, flag list. I don't know what that is exactly, but compared to Stay Night, like you could save and just keep going, like if you reached a choice. So are there no choices this time? So I'm wondering what the thing is in this game. Or maybe there is, and maybe it's just different. Maybe I have to use the flag thing. I don't know. We'll see. Luckily, there's a 3-day weekend starting tomorrow. It'll be all pleasure and no pain. I'll just go about filling up those days without stressing out too much. Oh. October 8th. Resumption Mimicry. AM first day. Resumption Mimicry. Alright. Whoa! What is this? Oh my god. Dude, look at this freaking UI. Okay, own room. Taiga's there. Well then. I have some spare time, so let's clean up the room. I don't have a lot of stuff, so it shouldn't take too long.
しかしな。
Day by day, the amount of stuff is mysteriously increasing. As if rabbits start breeding junk in here whenever I look away. Interesting simile?
ウサギだっけネズミだっけ
I know the source of this influx. This song is nice. I know, but I can't do anything about it.
ま、軽く掃除機をかけよう。
Very cozy song. However, once I get the vacuum cleaner out, I spontaneously get the urge to clean the neighboring rooms, then other rooms, and so on. In the end, I'll only be satisfied after cleaning the entire main wing. Cleaning is really relaxing. I agree. Gotta be careful and stop at the right time. Probably a lot of people have this problem. I have a hard time getting started cleaning. Like, if something needs cleaning, like, I really have to force myself to start. But once I start, I can't stop, and then I do pretty good. As I'm advancing forward with the roar of the vacuum cleaner. Again, so disturbing. Like, look at this thing. Look at this damn... Oh my god. Terrifying. But it's our taiga, so it's fine. Hello? Ah, here we go. Excuse me. Stuff is piling up. Wait, the culprit is discovered, as I was wondering what kind of junk she'd bring today.
ありゃシロ何してるの
What are you doing in our room, Taiga? Should have questioned that when I clicked this, but...
掃除しようと思って。
了解じゃあ後のことはよろしく
Wait, no, this is hers, right? Because we're
ち
cleaning.
ょいと待て。
No, because he caught her. Yeah, she's in here. Don't just drop off boxes of junk in my room and escape. Yeah, come on.
それは
What you
なん
doing in
だ
here?
藤根。
Dropping this stuff in here.
だってほらシロが冬眠するときに必要かなと思って
Winter hibernation. She almost gaslighted me there. I was like, wait, are we not? Is she not in our room? Yeah, she is. What are you doing? I'm not the kind of creature that could do a handy thing like that. Besides, random junk isn't very useful when preparing for hibernation.
藤根、この部屋は俺のねぐらであって、ビーバーのダムか何かじゃない。いや、むしろカラスの巣の方が的確か。
言われてみればそっくりねけどシロ最近のカラスはバカにできないわよバイタリティあふれるワイルドぶりで洗濯物のハンガーでも巣を作るんだから
Do they? Really? Even on laundry hangers? Sounds like quite a feat. It does. I guess crows are quite clever, or rather their ability to adapt is quite impressive.
まあそれはともかく。
My room isn't meant to be storage space. Even the garden storehouse is being converted into a junkyard with Fujine's involvement. No way I'm going to let her personal storage space expand this far. If you want to make a nest, do it at your own house, please.
もしや、俺の部屋で冬眠する気か、藤根。
トラって冬眠したっけ
You finally admit you're a tiger?
熊は冬眠するけども、どうかな。 しない気がする。
If they do, she'd probably be preparing to follow suit, wouldn't she? Well, knowing her, she'd at least fake it, no problem.
いいよね冬眠できる動物は。冬の間ずーっと穴蔵で寝ていればいいんだから、ちょっと憧れてみたり。
I don't know. Like, if that was, like, practical for humans, like, to hibernate, like, hypothetically, if you didn't have to eat and shit, whatever, like, you know how animals hibernate. Would that be good? I feel like you'd either wake up extremely rested. Actually, you'd wake up with extreme muscle atrophy. And, you'd probably feel like complete garbage. So, actually, that sounds terrible.
冬眠って
You're welcome for ruining
秋
that
に
for
は
you.
たくさん食わないといけないし、春先はガリガリになるし。
それって
Yeah, exactly.
一つの天高く馬こゆる秋に食欲の限りを尽くして、おまけに春先にはダイエットも達成ってこと？
Okay. Wow, this is what's called positive thinking, right?
ますますしたくなってきたわね冬眠。
Oh dear.
仕事どうするんだよ。
冬眠休暇制度はないか。
You could just use up the paid vacation time for the winter break. Then get addicted to the joys of life under a kotatsu and become a social derelict. That sounds good to me.
で、藤根。それは柿
I
の
wish I had a
段ボールに見える
kotatsu.
けど、どんなガラクタが入ってるんだ？
柿に決まってるじゃない、白。
What are persimmons? I'm kind of curious to look that up. Don't mind if I do a quick Google search. What are persimmons? Alright, here we go. You can enjoy this song. Again, banging OST so far. Okay, the persimmon is the edible fruit of a number of species of trees in the genus Diospyros. The most widely cultivated of these is the Asian or Japanese persimmon, Diospyros kaki. Diospyros is in the family. Okay, we're getting super nerdy with that. Okay, there you go. Interesting. Apparently, persimmons taste like no other fruit. They have a silky, slippery texture and taste kind of like the fabulous, fruity love child of a mango and a roasted sweet pepper. Who wrote this? With some cinnamon in the background. They're rich and tangy and sweet all at the same time. I mean, I want to try one now. Really? Is it really persimmons?
ここまで持ってくるのは大変だったわよ。
ご苦労様。で、なんで俺の部屋に？
台所が手狭だったから適当に置き場所探してたのよ。でもほら、誰もいないところに置いて忘れられちゃうともったいないじゃない。ならシロの部屋がちょうどいいかなって。
Oh, wow. That's why.
そうですか。けど藤根、前は今にドドーンとみかんとかスイカとか置いてたじゃないか。
そうなんだけどね、最近はセーバーちゃんとかさくらちゃんとかいるし、散らかしちゃ悪いじゃない。
実に素晴らしい心遣いですが、その思いやりがどうしてここには適用されないのか。
Right?
えい。
I dropped the vacuum cleaner in a corner and opened the box. Inside, there's a stack of shiny persimmons.
シロが冬眠するならやっぱり餌がいるかなって。
Ah, okay, that's kind of sweet.
いや、俺はしないから。また、これ藤村組のお裾分けなのか？
そうそう、もううちにドドドーンって。
Oh my. Sounds like quite a big load must have come in. What's up with that? They're sending enough fruit for a seasonal marketplace, I think. Looks like another item with a story behind it from Old Man Raiga. Yeah, shout out to Yakuza Raiga.
あれくらいあるんなら軒先で干し柿にしようかってほど。
干し柿は渋柿だぞ。それを生で送りつけるのはどんな嫌がらせだ。
Anyways, here we have 2 boxes of persimmons. Picking one up, I notice it's ripe and quite soft.
これ早々に食い切らないとまずいな。
でしょでしょ。もうあっちは朝に柿、昼に柿、夜に柿の柿の大盤振る舞いでさ、シロにもこの秋の風情をお裾分けしてあげたいという温かいお姉ちゃんの配慮なわけ。
Aww. What a kind big sis. Don't you mean dump the leftovers here? But the persimmons themselves aren't bad. In fact, these are really pretty good.
もったい
It
ない
worked
なこのままいたものは。
大丈夫じゃないの？みんなで手分けすればあっという間になくな
Yeah.
るわよ。
Let's all dig in. Let's go.
みかんでもノルマがあったけど、今度は柿か。桃と梨は早くなくなったんだけどな。
Look, if Saber likes how these taste, you're good. That bottomless pit will help you clear these out. I recall all the fruit that our household has gone through. We do have more consumers than we did 6 months ago, so I suppose it should be gone quickly.
これからみかんとリンゴが待ち構えてるのにね。セイバーちゃんならたくさん食べそうだし。
You already know.
リンゴと柿は料理に使えるからなんとかなるかな。とにかくこれ別の場所に持ってくぞ。
Thought like a true chef, Shiro. It's difficult to clean up with these in the way. There's an empty room in the north wing. I guess we can put them in the hallway around there.
一箱くらいシロの冬眠よ。
そんなにたくさんいらないってば。ほら藤姉も。
わかったわよ。よっこらしょ。
Adorable, Taiga. Noon first day. Oh, that advanced the day. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's all the things here, it seems like. To the streets. Ooh. Okay. So we have our Emiya residence, the shopping district, the Mato residence, Tosaka residence, the big bridge, which we can go to, apparently. And the temple. I guess we'll go in the outskirts. Okay. I can select the big bridge. But let's go to the temple, because that's where it says to go. Ah, Medea. She took the hood off, nice. How unusual. Castor is standing still, lost in a reverie. Perfect timing. There's no one else around, so I should try asking about the restarted Holy Grail War. Also, I wonder, because this system seems pretty cool. I wonder if at different times of the day, things will be available. So maybe I should have checked over here in the morning first before committing to the Taiga thing. Probably would have picked it anyway, but something I'll be more careful for next time. Also, yes, she's a good person to talk to about this. Probably more so than any of the servants. She's settled down now, but the precedent of her setting up a magic barrier in the middle of the town still exists. I don't think it's possible, but I should at least make sure she hasn't been plotting anything lately.
キャスター、ちょっと話をしていいか。
Hey, she lifts her heavy hood back and glances coldly at me.
何かしら。あなたの方から話しかけてくる以上、いい話ではないでしょうけど。
I feel like she's on guard. When we meet in town, she's relatively friendly, but now it's almost as if she's reverted back to how she was half a year ago.
いいか悪いかはあんた次第だ。担当直入に聞くけど、最近裏で何かやってないか。
Being direct, I like it.
こう禁欲的な寺の生活でストレス溜まってつい昔の癖が戻ったとか。
Semi-direct. The atmosphere is quite serious, so I try to ask it peacefully in a way that doesn't provoke her. Okay, fair enough. Oh dear.
面白いことを聞くのね、坊や。
Oh yeah.
何？こんなところで話しかけてくるなんて。誰にも見つからず殺されて埋められたりしたいのかしら？
Yeah, listen, let's not do that again.
間違えた。最近街の様子がおかしいことに心当たりはありませんか？
I'm sorry, my spine froze. The natural smile that I assumed had disappeared over the past 6 months is still there. I should have expected no less from the top tactician of all the servants. I'm terribly sorry.
初めからそう言いなさい。それと、ストレスなんて溜まっていません。
Huh. That statement is like a drunkard declaring his sobriety. Is the Ryodo Temple really okay, I wonder?
そっか。けど、たまには運動してみるのもいいもんださ。
Marathons.
とか、竜道寺の階段を往復したりとか、アインツベルンの森で火力演習したりとか。
I don't know if marathons count as occasional exercise, Shiro, you fucking Adonis, fucking chiseled ass body. I'm pretty sure there's one or two spots in the forest that Castor could use as training grounds, and Berserker's probably liable to come and help as a hypothetical enemy. Wow. Again, like in today's menu, I love that everyone's just kind of chilling. We're just like here. Let's train together. Screw it, let's eat together. Let's hang out. I love it.
心遣いは感謝するわ。けど、わざわざ森に出る必要もなくてよ。ここでも軽い運動はできるもの。まあ、走り回るのは私じゃなく、あなたになるでしょうけど。
This is bad. It seems Castor and I just don't get along. At this rate, it may become a repeat of the events half a year ago, so I have to make this quick.
いや、ストレス発散の話はまた今度にしよう。で、街の様子のことなんだけど。
心当たりはないわね。街の様子がおかしいことは気づいているけれど、その意図も原理も私の知るところではないし、興味もありませんから。
I guess there's our answer.
そうか。
I want to talk to Archer. Oh, we could get some good shenanigans between Shiro and Archer in this context. I want that.
まあ、すぐにわかるなんて思ってなかったけど。
If I ask Castor for help, there's a chance I could investigate what's going on. The Holy Grail War restarted. All the servants still in this world. And also, this feeling of deja vu that I can't quite grasp.
ま、それはいいとして。
Yeah, very weird stuff going on. Deja vu, he says.
キャスターはこの件には関わってないってことでいいんだよな。
信じる
I like
信
that
じない
sprite.
はあなた次第ですけどね。
Castor, very cute.
信じるよ。キャスター、いろいろと企み事はするけど、嘘は言わないだろ。
No, I don't think she's lying. Actually, servants generally don't lie. I guess that's being noble or fair in a way.
キャスターは今の状況には何の関心もないと。関心がないってことは他のサーバントとやり合う気はないってことだよな。
当然でしょ。得るものがないのに魔力を消費するなんて魔術師にあるまじき行為ですもの。
I suppose so.
それはあなたにも。いいえ、坊やにはそんな観念はなかったわね。
I mean, not really. He chuckles. I'm being made fun of, but I don't feel bad about it at all. After all, there were only cheerful sounds in Castor's voice. But even so, it seems Castor has no interest in investigating the situation. It almost looks as if she likes it.
わかったよ。
Hmm.
要するにあんたは何もしないんだな。
ええ。坊やには悪いけど、私は一切介入しない。聖杯戦争を再開させた犯人を探すというのなら、自分一人でおやりなさい。
I wonder if that servant that we saw in the last part is the one who restarted the war. With, Bazette. I wonder. Well, that's how it'll be.
あら、あっさりと納得するのね。あなたのことだから、頭を下げてお願いしてくると思ったのに。
いくら俺でも無理なことは頼まないよ。キャスター調べる気はないんだろ。なら自分でやるさ。それでどうしようもなくなったらまた来るから。その時はコンクラベだ。
Judging by how she resisted, all I'd have to do is beg her for help until she complies. Huh? Perhaps she just wasn't expecting it, or maybe she had been having fun planning on ways to turn me down. Castor has a disappointed look on her face. Wow. Oh my god. And I love how Shiro was like, wow.
あなた、大丈夫？気づかないうちに衰弱死する呪いでもかけられたんじゃない？
Dude, this is so adorable. Or just cool. Like, Medea and Shiro just interacting like this.
らしくないわ。いつものしつこさはどうしたのよ。
I should have expected it from this unusual witch. The level of concern here is one grade higher than Tosaka. Actually, if she ever does decide she wants to rob me of motivation, I hope she just settles it with a suggestion spell that makes me apathetic or something. I couldn't stand withering away and dying just to make me less enthusiastic. Sounds terrible. Well, leaving that aside...
呪いなんてかけられていないよ。あんた以外にそんなことできるやつはいないだろ。それよりさ、 あんたから見ると俺はやっぱり目障りだったんだな。
I wasn't being sarcastic, I just said what I was thinking. Wow, that's right. Once again, Castor looks taken aback. This time she looks even more defenseless.
まったく何を言い出すかと思えば今更でしょうね。ええ、はっきり言って坊やは目障りよ。あなたは勝者で私たちは敗者ですもの。どう落ち着いたところで敗れた時の屈辱は忘れがたいわ。それにあなたがいると私は安心できない。聖杯戦争の勝者もあなたの青臭い正義感も気分が悪い時に見たくないわね。
Fair enough. Castor's hostility is genuine. She honestly thinks I am a bother. But wait, it almost sounds as if she views me as an enemy not of herself, but of something else entirely. Since I uncharacteristically picked up on this, I respond to her hostile remarks with an understanding nod. For now, I'll take things in stride. Yeah, Shiro, you did pick up pretty well on that, and through that whole conversation. Good job. Take things in stride is definitely the vibe for me so far.
せいぜい気をつけなさい坊や。一人でいる時にあなたを見かけるとね、いっそ握りつぶしてやろうと思うこともあるわ。セイバーがいる以上、そんなことはできないのだけど。
嘘つけ。セイバーの報復が怖くて手を緩める性格じゃないだろう、あんたは。周りに手を出さないのはそれ以上に大事なものがあるからだ。
Just saying it. That may be, for example, the tranquil life at the Ryudo Temple. Her life with Kuzuki.
勝手に言ってなさい。いいこと？あなたがあと少しでも汚い人間になったら、その時は容赦なく借りを返してあげるわ。自己嫌悪で死にたくなったのなら、欲望に負けて堕落なさいな。私がとろけるように殺してあげてよ。
You know, as hostile as our language is, it's still like very cute. I don't know. The witch grins. As I thought, when we're alone together, we're not compatible. Even though I'm not interested, I've already been given what sounded like a declaration of war.
この辺りが潮時か。
She straight up threatened to kill him at least 3 times in this conversation, but yeah, it's even still, it doesn't feel like, you know, so
あ
bad.
と一つ教えてくれるかな。
But even Shiro kind of picked up on that.
今の街の様子って別に害はないんだろ？で、これから悪化することってあるか？
ええ、害もないし悪化することもないわ。それは私が保証してあげる。
Okay.
そう、こんなもの、一時の夢ですもの。最後まで
All but a short dream.
元通りになるだけよ。
Nothing will happen, it will all go back to normal. That's good then. Let's continue the investigation. Just knowing that we're not gonna... Shiro, we're not gonna think about what she just said there? Just knowing that Castor isn't doing anything and that she doesn't plan to get involved is good enough.
じゃあな。次は機嫌がいい時に声をかけるよ。
Because yeah, because things are weird, like how the war was restarted, probably by that servants. The whole like explosion with Delrek by Tosaka. How they said almost caused something, but could have been the cause of all this anyway. Because how would they know the difference anyway? Because even when Shiro like notices something, he doesn't really like question it. So either way, in stride.
そうなさい。
In stride.
私もセイバーとライダーの2人を敵に回すのは避けたいわ。それと一つだけ忠告してあげる。
Go on.
いい？夜の教会には近づいちゃダメよ。あれはあなたの手に負える相手じゃないわ。
Interesting. You guys see my channel. We're going to the church. She raises her hood back up and leaves. Though, is Kire here? Ah, could it be that the reason she was showing me her face was some kind of courtesy? Because I don't know if it's a similar situation with today's menu, with certain characters being here and some not. In that case, I'm not sure. But we'll see. As I start preparing dinner, I glance outside and notice that the sun is already set. Drop like a rock is an apt expression. Looks like the sunset waits for no man. But let me make sure. Okay.
シロお風呂洗っといたわよ。使ってないバスタオルどこ？
セイバーに聞いてくれ。洗濯物の片付けはセイバーの仕事。
What a functional household with everyone here. I reply while pounding out a steady rhythm with the kitchen knife. Everyone's got their role. There's a lot of clattering in the living room behind me.
先輩、お醤油切れてます。商店街まで買い出しに行ってきますね。
You know, our Kohai Sakura, very helpful, doing her best.
もう遅いし、買い出しは明日にしよう。富士年地からちょっと分けてもらえばいいよ。イリア、さくらと一緒に。
Wait, Ilya's not here. Wait, what? Though she leads the assault with Fujine in the morning, she often isn't here during dinner. Does she go back to her castle? When she does come, it's usually when everyone's relaxing after having already finished dinner.
では私が同伴しましょう。今朝の話もある。夜道の一人歩きは危険です。
It's a good accompaniment.
セイバー。ああ、そりゃ助かる。ライダーが行くと富士年とこの若い衆さんが怖がるからな。ささっと行って帰ってきてくれ。
I sense a quick nod from the two of them. They grab a large empty bottle and merrily head for the Fujimura group.
シロ調理中にすまないのですが。
Ryder appears as if to replace the two who just left. The punctual Ryder won't show her face in the living room before 7 o'clock. Till then, she stays in her room immersed in reading.
あいよ、何？
She likes to read. Cool.
シロの留守中、ゴシップの定期購入をしろと見知らぬ
Oh
人
my
物が
God.
訪ねてきました。断ったのですが、まだ諦めない。取ってくれるまで毎日来ると不屈の闘志を燃やしているのです。
This is cute. A type of a persistent burning passion. That's called a commission or
率直に言って、あれは敵とみなして良いのでしょうか。
I almost took a job like that. Thankfully, I didn't, where it was going to be that, where you go to door and try to sell stuff to people. I'm so glad I didn't end up doing that.
いいな、断じて見なしてはいけない。
That's a bit of a tough job, like unannounced knocking on people's doors, because you don't know how people are gonna react, like let alone like getting a sale off. And plus, that kind of thing is pretty predatory, I feel like, especially like if you target like older people. I know that's kind of a tactic, especially for callers in particular, like to call like older people and to kind of trick them into scamming them or things like that. I don't know. That could just be an entirely different thing, but why? Because it would cause fatalities. Treat others kindly, treat yourself kindly. Ryder seems patient, but she has zero tolerance towards enemies. Her classification of someone as friend or enemy happens amazingly quick. Look at her face! Look at her face! Oh my god. Saber is also rather similar in this aspect. The sprite so far, top tier, I gotta say. Despite having some leeway in her definition of enemy, once acknowledged, Saber won't show any mercy either.
わかりました。自信はありませんが、明日もおとなしく彼の話を聞いています。
無理に付き合う必要ないぞ。新聞ならもう撮ってるって言えば3ヶ月はやってこないからその方向で。もしくはさくらを呼べば即時解決。
Oh, that's smart.
さくらですか？しかし、ああいった出会いはさくらも苦手だと思いますが。
苦手なものって克服できるらしい。さくらの新聞勧誘の交わし方はすごいぞ。
Oh my god.
見ているこっちが怖くなるぐらい。
Yeah, you wouldn't expect that, I guess. In her suggestive, passive manner, she grabs the weed by the very roots and then at the very last moment cuts it thoroughly with a smile on her face. That's kind of the The deep, ruthless side of her. Oh my. No man can withstand the shock of hearing, "You should be going soon before I call the police, okay?" With that smile of hers. A passive-aggressive style of defense along the lines of a Kyoto native offering, I guess, some bubuzuke as a sign that they've overstayed their welcome. Wow, what a specific cultural reference.
なるほど。日頃温和な分、本気で怒らせてはいけないというのは理解できます。ところで、その桜はどこに？
セイバーと一緒に藤村組だ。すぐ帰ってくるから、藤姉とテレビでも見ててくれ。
盛り付けの手伝いはしなくてよろしいのですか？
いや、気持ちだけで十
Yeah,
分。
thanks.
今日は大皿一枚で事足りるから。
Ooh. Lightly bowing, Ryder returns to the living room.
ライダーさん何するのよ。せっかく手に入れた伝説のラケットレインボーガッデムのお披露目なのに。
Racket Rainbow, goddamn. Wait, what?
すみません。こちらのニュースが見たかったもので。
She just walked up and changed the channel. What an alpha.
うわ、明確すぎてもはや理由になってねえ。なんでよ。退屈しないわよそのアニメ。
Wow. She was watching an anime.
ラケットのくせにフロッピーとかピザとかレーザー砲を内包したマッド兵器とか使ってね、もう面白いとかつまらないとか超越した次元の作品なんだから。
Mad weapons. Like floppy pizza and laser guns. Quietly nodding in response to Fujina's explanation, Ryder still ruthlessly changes the channel. Man, that's fucked up, Ryder. Also, Fujina confirmed a weeb. She has said that reading is a part of her life and watching TV is just a simple hobby of hers.
しかし、なんだな。
It's gotten really lively in here. It's pretty nice. Food hasn't even been served and it's this noisy already. How much worse will it get once dinner starts? It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. There are no major events and everyone returned to their rooms. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime? Ooh. Huh. Wait, what is... Oh, wait, what is this? Heaven's Field Night 1. Caster's answer. On the night of the 4th day, you have to find out what's going on. Oh. Interesting, okay. But yeah, as of right now, I can't just save and keep going. I either have to save or go to title, or save and exit game. So I guess we don't have to save. In which case... we promised Saber we wouldn't patrol without her. It's very late. I don't want to just call it a day, though. Hang around Emiya residence. But what if we do go for a walk? What if we do it anyway? It's just a walk. We're not patrolling. Something cool might happen. We'll see. Whoa. Yeah, I guess we can't go with Saber, so... I'll go check the situation in town. Saber may have said otherwise, but if you're not alone, there will probably be things that you'll miss. Well, there you go. I do my best to sneak outside. The Emiya residence surroundings are peaceful and quiet. Nothing is out of the ordinary.
なるほど。これは半年前の再現になるんだ。
Why did I go outside alone? Because some jackass controlling your actions told you to. Why am I not bringing Saber along? It all makes sense once I look at it from a stranger's perspective. Very meta, Shiro. No matter how harmless it may seem, if I were to exercise proper judgment, I would not be walking out alone. I understand this. Even though there are no enemies, the reality is that there is something odd happening to this town. So the reason I'm out here on my own nonetheless must be that I plan to use myself as live bait to draw out something abnormal. It's pretty tough not knowing what I intend to do until I've done it, if I do say so myself.
気まぐれで選んだんだけどな。ま、何事も経験だ。
Happens. Gazing at the night sky, I start walking. If I feel danger, I'll just go back to the house right away. Then I'll quietly return to my room and wait until tomorrow. I look up at the moon. Oh. Is that a fucking lunar eclipse? What is going on? The sky is cleared and a white moonlight is cutting through the darkness. Well then, hopefully I'll find some clear evidence of abnormality that even someone as thick-headed as me can recognize. Whoa. Ooh. Interesting. Alright. We have North Residential. I guess that's what we're doing. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong here. Even though there isn't a single person out on the streets, I can hear the sound of family conversations inside. I don't know, for some reason I thought I could click it and then there would be like a sub part of it. Kind of like how we clicked on the temple and then we saw the caster part. So yeah, my mistake, but now we know. The streets are calm and quiet, perfect for a late night stroll under the moonlight.
異常なし。次行ってみるか。
Ah, I leave the Japanese-style residential district. Whoa. Oh, fuck. That looked like one of those things that we saw from his perspective with Bazet and him when he goes inside the house and sees the monster that killed everyone. And then he ended up killing it and the old man and took credit for all the death. Yeah, so looks like this is actually happening. Damn. What leaves a bit of an impression on me is that it looks as thin as origami. Okay. I guess it's about time to go back. It's not like I only have tonight. There's time tomorrow, too. I return to the MER residence. Okay, well, it wasn't a complete waste, so... It seems the end of the night has been postponed for a little longer. A day has ended. Sprawling on the bed, I let fatigue take over my body. Mild drowsiness is numbing out my mind. What a release. Since that incident, I can't trust my consciousness being separated from me. Because I see when I scroll up, there's this load button. Maybe that's how I reload something, like if I make a choice, this is how I go back. But it's limited to that far, I suppose. What a release. Since that incident, I can't trust my consciousness being separated from me. Sleep. It's a rite of passage from the closing of one day to the reopening of the next. A natural thing for anybody, a recurring memory hole. Limp and powerless, I'm falling into that abyss.
さて、明日は何をしたもんかな。
There are all sorts of things to think about and things that have to be done, but all of that can be decided once tomorrow comes. For the time being, let's just call it a day. Okay, I'm a bit disappointed. Okay, second day. So we saw the caster warning. We have to figure out what's going on by the fourth day. I'm a bit disappointed. Was there an option to go to the church there? Because, oh man, I so would have. My bad, guys. But if there wasn't, that's fine. I feel like any of the choices there maybe would have led to a varying degree of what Shiro sees. So for that, we get the glimpse of the creature there. For the others, we don't know, so. But no sense in regretting it now. To the streets. So we have school, which has exclamation mark on it. Would make sense to go there. Ooh. Okay. I love how their sprites change when you click on them. It's a holiday and there are a few people at school. A fa from the wind music club, mixing with the other wind instruments, vaguely reaches my ears.
何事?
Like solfege? What the heck? This rough, almost beast-like way of running. Hello, Kaede.
それはこっちの言い分だ。急に飛び出ておいて言うセリフがそれか。
そっちこそぼんやり突っ立ってるな、エミヤ。
The self-proclaimed Fuyuki's Black Panther stood up ahead of me. Black Panther, huh? Dude, again, like, the parallel to, like, Taiga. She's such a crackhead like her. Oh my god. It was an abrupt greeting from Makidera Kaede of the Track and Field Club.
なんだ、マキデラか。前見て生きろ、じゃなくて走れ。
Wow.
いつも前を見て走ってるさ。
エミヤだって前見てれば今のくらい避けられただろ。
人をなんだと思ってる。
My body shamefully falls back to the ground. Being looked down on by Makidera, there's no end to my humiliation.
ったく、エミヤかよ。これでお前と恋に落ちたらどうするんだ？
Oh, please. Shiro doesn't need any more. He's... Oh, my.
は？
冗談だっつうの。ま、エミヤなら怪我はないな。
Makidera, the track and field ace, is even tougher than me. At first glance, she looks like she's lively as ever, but she's the type who'd try to hide her injuries anyway.
今のシーズン重要なんだろ。打ったりひねったりしてないか。
エミヤに気を使われちまった。こっちは全然平気。ほら、エミヤ。
I guess she felt bad for me lying on the floor like this, so she offers me a hand. As I try to get up on my own, my finger catches on a thin chain.
おや？
The pendant! It's Tosaka's pendant that I've been keeping in my pocket. He does carry it for the rest of his days. I try to put it away quickly, but still receive an odd stare.
マキデラ、これは
I bet this kind of jewelry doesn't fit my image. However, she isn't looking at it in an ordinary way.
それ、同じものを遠坂も持ってた。
Indeed.
なんでエミヤが持ってるの？
It's complicated.
これか。説明すると長いんだけど。
Yeah. Not as long as it is absurd, and I can't talk about the details. It's my dad's memento that's been passed to me. The design is just a coincidence. Maybe I should make up some story like that right now. What's someone's dad's memento?
もしかしてエミヤ、あんた。
She gonna say we stole it?
遠坂のを盗んだわけじゃないぞ。今も同じものをちゃんとあいつ持ってるし。
じゃあペアってことだね。
The music notes. Oh, a pair, as if, okay, I see you, alright. Makidera's laughing in an oddly excited way. Rather, it's as if she's about to say how incredibly suspicious it is that Tosca and I have matching pendants.
いやー、エミヤも隅に置けないね。
何を企んでる？
エミヤと遠坂がお揃いのジュエリーだなんて。
That laugh. A violent scheme is brewing inside the Black Panther. Emi and Tosaka have matching pendants. If this rumor were to spread, who knows what kind of disaster it could cause among Omurahara's male population. Oh my god. A drop of cold sweat runs down my forehead. There's a heavy feeling in my stomach.
な、エミヤ、大心あれば敵軍皆殺し。ほら、なんだ。私は見なかったことにしてやってもいいんだぞ。
By the way, have we ever seen the name of the school before? I don't, for some reason I don't remember it, but yes. Everyone simps for Tosaka here. Do.
マキデラ、交換条件はなんだ？クレープか？それともあんみつか？
A crepe.
いや、そんなんじゃなくてさ。
What is that? That nah with the tilde into the H. It's kind of gross.
そのペンダント売ってる場所、私に教えてくれないかね。
そんなものを知ってどうするんだ？
いいじゃん別に。ほら、そのダサいデザインが逆にかっこいいっていうかさ。何？私もちょっと欲しくなったっていうかさ。それ、エミヤがどっかのショップで買ったんだろ？店教えれ。
Sounds like you're trying to cause trouble.
すまない。それは俺も知らない。
It's not like I'm lying this time, that's just all I can answer. Tosaka didn't buy hers as well, it was passed down to her through generations of ancestors after all. It's probably not the kind of thing you can just buy somewhere.
もしかしてさ、エミヤ。
なんだ？
それ、あんたがプレゼントしたんじゃなくて、遠坂からプレゼントされたの？
She's really trying to get to the bottom of this. Does she have a crush on Shiro?
ああ、そういうことにしておいてくれ。
Or maybe she just loves the juicy gossip. I don't know. Everyone loves Shiro. Which, who can blame them? Before I realized it, there were two of them. Doesn't the story seem even stranger in reality? Ouch. This time it's no accident. That's an attack. Did you just assault us?
この男殺せ絶対殺せ
The hell?
殺すって人がおとなしく2度も3度も殺されると思うなよ
For a second or third time.
遠坂にそんな高価な品を貢がせる悪しき男は
What?
私が天に代わって重罰を下してくれるわ
Yikes. Relax. You unworthy man. How dare you? Getting a challenge like this in the hallway on a day off. What the? Why on earth would she get so mad about Tosaka's pendant? I have no idea, but I need a defense plan, quick. Oh my god, this is like the chase scene with Rin and Shiro and UBW.
冗談はよせあ、さてはお前さっき足じゃなくて頭打ったんだろ
Wow. It's like Genshin Impact. The Black Panther of Homurahara is gaining ground. Let's get out of here at full speed before I find out the origin of that nickname. She is a beast. Alright. Wakanda forever. Through the streets, I suppose. Whoa! Oh boy. So we got something new at the Emiya house and at the temple. But the Mato residence. Also, yes, I don't see anything for the school, for the church yet, so. Maybe we'll have to keep an eye out for it at night. But, I'm tempted to go see Sakura. This will take us to the map. Right? Ah. And a question mark in the courtyard. Okay, so question mark courtyard. And at the temple, so yeah, I gotta hover over, and if it says map, then it will take me to a sub map of it. So that's what threw me off in the nighttime area. Alright, so mystery here at the temple and at the Emiya residence, but I'm inclined to go exclamation point for now. Dropping by the Mato residence for a visit on a whim, I find Sakura peering around outside in front of the entrance.
あれ先輩だうちに何か用ですか
いや、たまたま通りかかったんだそういう桜こそどうしたんだ
大丈夫ですよいくら渡してもそう頻繁になくしたりしませんそれにですねなくしても一人で開けられるからへっちゃらなんです
So the Mato residence has an auto lock system now. But it's the same locking magic as the one at Tosaka's place. Things have been getting dangerous again, so that's a great idea, except...
なあ、それシンジはどうするんだ
Ah, it's simple. He doesn't.
どうするって兄さんなら鍵持ってますよ、玄関のと今のとトイレのと自分の部屋の
Okay, here's something else regarding Shinji. We won't get into it, but... So basically, if Shinji loses them, he's out on the code. In fact, it seems that all the doors inside have locks. It's a pretty strict education policy. Okay, let me say what I know. Apparently, he's not as bad in this visual novel. Compared to, like, Stay Night, awful piece of shit Shinji. We'll see. Plus, I don't think I could get in. Next time I come here, I'll make sure not to stray away from Sakura.
最近シンジのキーホルダーが監視みたいになってたのはそういうことか
Nice.
で、鍵をなくしたわけでもなく鍵なんか必要ない桜は玄関で何してるんだ
おじい様がお客様が来るから玄関で待っていなさい
Wait, Zokin's still around?
なんでも遠方からのお客様で本当は塩をかけて追い返したいんですけど立場上もてなしてあげなくてはいけないのだとか
A guest from some distant land. Okay.
複雑そうだな造犬のじいさんの客か
Who would Zoken have as a guest?
それが本来なら姉さんのところにやってくるお客様なんだそうです。でも姉さんは留守にしているから代理としておじい様に挨拶をしに来
Normally
る
they'd
とか。
visit Rain, but since she's not here, the Matos. Okay, I see. So someone either from the association or the church is making the typical round of courtesy visits. Yeah, that sounds about right.
そりゃ邪魔したな。変な因縁つけられる前に帰るよ。
助かります。姉さん、先輩を教会の人にも見せちゃダメだってよく言うんです。あいつ保護指定動物だからとかなんとか。
Shiro's a bit of a freak of a magus. I mean, I don't know what his capabilities are here, because they vary wildly from different scenarios. If he can conjure unlimited blade works, then obviously hide from the association. Jesus. And even his projection is pretty crazy too. But you know. And who might be the one abusing that endangered animal? Next time I see her, I'd like to point that out.
じゃあ一足先にうちに戻ってる。遅くなるようだったら電話してくれ。迎えに来るから。
はい、必ずお電話しますね。
A quick wave and I'm about to leave. But my curiosity got the better of me. I think I'm going to want to hear just a little more detail.
なあ、さくら。お客様ってどんな人なんだ？
新しく派遣された監督さんだって話です。
Yo! Ah, YORO Kobe Shonen.
正式な辞令が下りたら教会の司祭代理として引っ越してくるかもしれないっておじい様が。
So, confirmed, Kire's not here. New overseer, so it's kind of like the end of Heaven's Feel where they mention the new one coming in. Or maybe they mentioned it in previous routes as well. But yeah, so there you go. Which means that old man Dilo will be returning to his country. Oh, so I guess Dilo was the temporary one that was here. Oh, so maybe he was the temp one who came after the war, as soon as the war ended, that was sent here. And now... Okay. A new official overseer is here. But yeah, it was strange that a bishop would be assigned to one church in a small town. Makes more sense to have a priest taking over, so there you go.
さくら、じいさんがいなくなるの寂しくないか？あの人、さくらを可愛がってくれてたけど。
The old man going away.
そうですね。けど後任が決まるまでの間って聞いてましたから。
Interesting, the bishop that was here was fond of Sakura. Alright, after all, old Dilo did originally come just for the Holy Grail War post-mortem. There must be no more reason to prolong his stay. Makes sense. My curiosity is now satisfied. And so this time I do leave the Mato residence behind. Epilogue. In the end, Sakura spent half the day waiting for someone that never showed up. Oh my god, it's the little, like, Tiger Dojo Sakura thing. Or the version of her you see, like, when you click the little meat sprites in the extra menu. Or the Tiger Dojo stamp menu. Huh. Never showed up. It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. Yeah, hold up, that's curious. Waiting for someone that never showed up. There are no major events and everyone returned to their rooms. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime? Huh. We go out for a walk again. No exclamation mark here though. Okay. Interesting. Well. Alright. Ah. So we have a new here and an exclamation mark here. So yeah, trying to figure out this system. Exclamation seems like stuff you need to, like, that is pivotal to what you need to be doing immediately. Maybe, like, it takes, like, priority over other things. And maybe I assume maybe at some point these stop showing up and then we can start exploring the new mystery ones. I don't know. It's interesting though. What a cool system. Just a lot of freedom, and we just get a lot of like very short and sweet engagements. Very cool. Wow. A little rice thing that popped up. Oh, now then, speaking of things to ask Saber about the Holy Grail War. I really don't feel like it, but it's something I have to ask about at least once. What does Saber think about the restarted Holy Grail War? Reminding myself to not get sentimental, to the best of my ability, I call out to the other side of the sliding door.
今の状況をどう思っているかですか？
He is also a good one to ask.
まあこうやって面と向かって話してなかったからな。一度は聞いておこうと思って。
Although we did have the group talk about it earlier with Ryder and company, but yeah, what say you one on one?
それは構わないのですが。
I don't think she knows anything, of course.
果たして私の話で手がかりがつかめるものか。シローの力になれればいいのですが。
力にならなくてもいいよ。今日はセイバーの話を聞きに来ただけなんだ。参考意見じゃなくて、普通にセイバーの考えを知っておこうと思って。
ああ、私の考えですか。
Yeah.
そう。今後の方針とか、誰が怪しいとか、
Yes, yes, yes.
そういうの
Anything.
も構わない。セイバーが今の状況をどう思っていて、どこがおかしくて、これからどうしたいのかを聞かせてほしい。
Great move, great move. A brief pause. It doesn't look like she's thinking about it too deeply, just gathering her thoughts. The silence makes me a little anxious and hopeful. Maybe Saber can point out something I haven't noticed?
そうですね。なぜ聖杯戦争が再開されたのか、私には分かりません。ですが、戦いが再び始まったのなら、勝利しなければならない。私のマスターに敗北は許しませんから。
なんか懐かしいセリフだな、それ。
はい。意識して使ってみました。シロ
あ
ーが必ず勝利できるよう、願をかけてみたのです。
No, that's less like a prayer and more like lighting a fire under me. To a casual observer, that would look no less than a threat.
私の考えはそれだけです。騒ぎが起きないうちはこうして過ごし、何者かが牙を剥くのならこれを撃つ。
Oh yeah.
私たちサーバント自体が災いであるのなら、その災いをもって敵に思い知らせるのです。
Badass.
シローが言ってくれた通り、当然のように皆
Oh
を守る力であ
man.
るために。
We're going there too. Those were Saber's thoughts. Just like me, her position is to defend the peace. Glad to hear that. No question about it. But there's still a fundamental problem we're overlooking.
俺もその方針でいいと思う。けどセイバー、今の状況正しいと思うか？
それは言うまでもないことではないでしょうか。聖杯戦争が再開された以上、予断を許さない状況ですし。
そうだな。半年前みたいに全員がやる気になったら大変だ。まあ目的がないんだから誰も競争なんてしないんだけど。
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Either way, I just wanted to hear what's right or wrong from Saber herself.
そうですね。聖杯は私たちが破壊した。
Yeah, they destroyed the Holy Grail. So yeah, so like they said earlier, this is kind of like, even though they thought it was almost the case, this is like a scenario where a bunch of things are simultaneously true, like them destroying the Grail, certain characters being here, people still being alive.
最後の夜、あなたと二人で長い石段を登ったことを私は忘れません。
That is end of Fate route then. Yeah, though also end of UBW ended at Dorito Temple as well, so.
まあその後は離れ離れになっちまったけど、最後には合流できたんだっけ？ お互い相手には苦労したと思うけど。
This sounds like fate route though, for sure.
ええ。私は英雄を、シロは神父を。リンの霊樹で聖杯を破壊した。
Destroyed the Holy Grail with Reen's command spell. Wait a minute. That's what happened in UBW. Reen used the command spell on Saber and UBW to destroy the Grail. So yeah, so much is simultaneously true here. That was the conclusion of the events of over half a year ago. I guess that's the only way Saber could have fought alongside me and still stayed in Fuyuki. Indeed.
シロ、どうしたのです？不思議そうな顔をして。
Because we saw that CG there. That CG, I'm pretty sure, was the background of where we last see Saber in the Fate route before she disappears, like after the fight. And she tells Shiro she loves him before all those feels come back in last episode, of course. But yeah, and it looks like Shiro just kind of realized there, like, wait, hold up.
聖杯がなければサーバント同士では戦わないという考えはおかしいですか？
That's not what's odd.
いや、基本的には正しいと思う。まあ、他の連中に探りを入れて危険かどうか判断しなくちゃいけないけどね。
I've confirmed Saber's opinion. Next, I should talk to the other servants as soon as possible.
シロ、どうしました？トイレですか？
いや、話も聞けたし、今夜は早めに戻って休むよ。時間を取らせてすまなかった。
あ、はい。おやすみなさい、シロ。時間的にはまだ余裕がありますが、確かに疲れているようですし。
ああ。セイバーもおやすみ。
Oyasumi. Good talk. After the short exchange, I close the sliding door. It is completely dark outside. Peering through the window, I look up at the deformed moon. Deformed moon.
いや、いろいろと都合のいい話をどうも。
Indeed. My voice slips out absent-mindedly as if lured by the moon. It was still a fulfilling time even if I didn't learn anything new. That moon still looks really weird. Well then, time to go back and get some sleep. Third day, dude, we are zooming. I guess something's gonna happen on the fourth day. Okay, we have a new here with Sakura. To the streets. We have a new at school. Let's go to the school map. Ah, okay. We have the temple map, with no one there currently. Yeah, so as of right now, there's no exclamation mark or point, so we can choose between Sakura or school here. I'm inclined to go more with Sakura. In the spirit of spring song. Happy Sakura Sprite. Let's go talk to Sakura about lunch. It's a big household, it's much easier to get it rolling with 2 people. Normally, Sakura lives at the Mato residence, but she stays here for weekends and holidays. Ryder and Saber prefer the Japanese-style rooms in the main wing, while Sakura and Tosaka took a liking to the detached western rooms. Add to this Fujina and Ilya, who come over for meals, and you could say that the Emiya residence has experienced explosive population growth. If only
Sakura,
Carrie could see
Yuka.
this.
先輩ですか？ちょっとダメ。いや、いいです。はい。
So is it okay or not? The reply isn't at all clear. Things fell. Does this okay mean yes, come in, or maybe okay, hold on? Is that a body I heard? If I bothered her at a wrong time, wouldn't it be better to come back later?
おい、忙しいなら後にするけど。
そんなことはありません。はい、どうぞ。
それじゃあお邪魔します。
Okay.
お お待たせしました。先輩、どんなご用ですか？
その昼の相談に来たんだ。ちょっと早いけど早めに来ればさくらとのんびりできるかと思って。
それはありがとうございます。
いや、お礼を言われるようなことじゃないけど。
Her shyness is contagious. How embarrassing. Even though I should have gotten used to it by now, it still feels awkward when the two of us are alone.
はい、それじゃあゆっくりくつろいでいってください、先輩。
悪い。なんか立て込んでたみたいだけど。
Yeah, what was she doing?
違うんです。ちょっと二度寝しちゃって。でもですね、先輩のおかげで目が覚めました
Oh,
ね。
we interrupted her nap.
ぐうだらさんにならずに済みました。その意味でありがとうございましたというのはどうでしょうか。
ああ、そういうことか。なら遠慮なく。
Adorable Sakura. Why is everyone so cute? If she puts it like that, there's no reason to refuse. I sit down, smelling the barely noticeable sweet fragrance in the air. Oh, is this a perfume or herb of some kind?
少し強すぎました？
別に冷房も暖房も。
いえ、先輩も香りに気がついたみたいで少しフレグランスを使ったんですけど。
So it was perfume after all. I can't make out the brand, but it certainly does smell nice. I see, so even Sakura.
ちょっとつけた方がいいかなって。
いや、まあ似合うと思う。
Nice. Actually, the only one who uses perfume in our house would be Tosaka, I guess. Seems like she's quite fussy about it too.
遠坂の場合は変な薬の匂いをごまかすためにつけてるけどさくらは違うんだろ。
私は見よう見まねです。姉さんはいろいろやってますから大変ですよ。
Really? Do sisters teach each other about makeup too? I mean, makes sense. Good to know they're getting along well. Yeah, that is very nice.
なるほど。けど俺には似合わない話かな。さくらと遠坂がしてる分には聞いてて華やかだけど。
そうですか？男性でもコロンとかちゃんと使うと素敵ですよ。
つけたらセイバーや三つ釣りあたりに男
Oh,
が
come
香
on.
水臭いなんてダジャクだと
You
怒られそう
effeminate.
だ。
Come on, cologne? Just smelling
三
nice?
つり先
Come
輩は
on.
怒りそうですね。三つり先輩のこと神格化してますから。でも似合うと思いますよ。ライダーもちゃんと専用のにしたいんですけどね。あんまり気を使わないからな。
いろいろ大変だな。
Inside Sakura's room, I couldn't help but thinking back. Once I started chatting with Sakura, I thought about everyone staying here.
増えたな。この家も住人が。
そうですよね。私がこっちにお邪魔するときには賑やかでいいなと思ったんですけど、ここまで増えるなんて思いませんでした。
Very nice. Sakura lets out a laugh. That's right, only Sakura and Fujina know what the Emiya household looked like before. So much has changed and so quickly. Should it be considered admirable or shocking?
誰か出かけるとあっという間に誰もいなくなる家だったな、ここも。
I nod in agreement. Fujina comes and goes but doesn't live here. Sakura too was here for the mornings and evenings, yet never had lunch with everyone like this. For a long time I was the sole inhabitant here. That was pretty lonely, huh? Oh, I didn't consider myself lonely, but looking back now,
そうですね。
especially compared to now,
こんな広いお屋敷に先輩一人なんだって最初は結構びっくりしちゃいました。
it's been over 2 years since. Back then, Sakura was a diligent girl that never smiled. With a brooding face, she came over and told me she wanted to help out.
そうだったか？さくらの家も随分と広いけど。
いいえ、先輩の家の広さと私の家の広さは違います。マトウの家は 初めから人嫌いです。けどここの部屋たちはすごく満たされたがっていました。ライダーもこっちの方が落ち着くって喜んでくれましたし、セイバーさんだってきっとそう感じ取っているはずです。
It is quite nice.
そうなのかな。俺は合宿所みたいになったとか
Hostile.
分担するようになって掃除の手間が省けたかなとか思ってたけど。
Yeah, everyone's kind of carrying their weight, kind of.
昔は大変でし
I
た
don't
よ
know
ね。
what Fujine does.
先輩の
When
家
she
の
brings
大
fruit.
掃除
She's senpai. She's big sis. She gets a pass. And Ilya's our adorable little sister, so there you go. Laughing, Sakura recalls the past. There are a lot of vacant rooms even now, but nothing like the empty warehouse we used to have. A building without people in it deteriorates all too quickly. Cleaning out the entire house used to be one huge task.
まあ今年の年末のお掃除は随分楽ができそうだ。
ライダーはお掃除得意ですよ。だから大船に乗ったつもりでドーンと。
Sakura puffs up with pride. Ryder likes to keep things neat and orderly, and what's more, has the brute strength for it. That's what she meant, probably.
しかし
はい。
昔みたいに静かなのが懐かしいと思ったことはないか。
The question just slipped out somehow. For no other reason than just having thought about it on the spot.
先輩と二人っきりになれないのはちょっと残念かな
Alone
って思い
together.
ます。
That's right. In the mornings before Fujine arrived, it was just the two of us, with Sakura often coming to the shed to wake me up. I do remember. Kind of a pity. Does that mean she actually wants it to be just the two of us?
そうか。
I suddenly become flustered. She may have been like a younger sister in the past. Now that she's all grown up, the older brother's role has become quite complicated. Oh dear. I end up staring at the bed, trying to look away.
でもですね先輩、賑やかなのがやっぱりいいです。お料理もたくさん作れますし。
そうだな。
Good transition.
ちょっとお風呂の順番が大変だったりお洗濯物が多かったりしますけど全然平気です。
But, you know, sure would be nice with just you two.
あ、その辺も善処しよう。二人で。
Together. Mutual agreement is reached with much excitement. Sakura seems to be putting on airs to hide her quick impulse, just the same as me, I guess?
先輩は昔の静かなのが懐かしいんですか？
あ、いや、そうでもないかな。昔は昔で今は今だし、いいところ悪いところは半々だろう。
No, that isn't quite right either. There aren't really any bad things about the present.
ですね。私ももっと賑やかでもいいかなって。
今度は誰が来るんだ、誰が。
Maybe Issei, although I don't picture him coming down from the mountain and rolling in. But you never know, even Tosuka started coming over recently.
イリアちゃんと藤村先生がこっちにお引っ越ししてきませんかね？
イリアは大変そうだ。
Those maids will also come if she does, so we'll be up by 3, just about full capacity. Oh my god, Stella and Lacer it too, and then something hits me.
しかし、どちらにしてもだ、さくら。
はい。
人数が増えても減っても、我々台所組に対しての期待と責任は
The
大きいから
kitchen
な。
team.
努力しよう。
Counting on you. The population growth failed to bring in reinforcements for the cooking ranks. No, perhaps there were too many cooks in the first place.
やっぱり腕の振るいがいがあります。
Proud, Sakura.
食欲の秋だしな、今は。
そうですね。
Good time for comfort food.
まだまだ私に教えてくださいね、先輩。
As we were talking, my stomach started growling. Sounds about time.
さくら、昼食どうしようか。
台所に行ってから考えましょう。先輩と二人なら どんなお料理もできちゃいますから
Oh.
そっか。じゃあ他の昼食メンバーが誰か確かめてくるか。
Who is joining today's menu? I stand up and leave the room together with Sakura. There isn't much to add, just an ordinary morning. Easygoing and calm, nothing out of the ordinary, one warm day is rolling past. Alright. What's going on over here? Alright. Is that the Emiya map? Why does it say to go here? Let's look at the school map. Nothing there. Temple map. And there. But at the bridge, we have New with our girl here. Mitsuzuri. Well, I just had lunch, so I guess I'll go for a walk. The #1 recreational spot in the city, the beachfront park. A must-see location for dating couples. Date couples? No, not when I finally get some solitary time. I'll throw the frivolous thoughts away and just take it easy for a while. It's a sunny day. Perfect for taking a nap, but should you stay out late in the afternoon, a chilly breeze is bound to remind you of the season. Ah, the joy of lazily wasting away this valuable time.
おおエミヤ、なんたる偶然かな。
Hello, not Shiki. A familiar voice.
三つ釣り、サボりか。
何部活？まるで私が練習の虫みたいな言い方だね。それを言ったら昔のお前の方が私よりよほど真面目だったじゃないか。
だからその俺に負けじと頑張ってたのが三つ釣り、お前じゃないか。
Did I really try that hard? Frankly, my part-time job and house chores kept me so busy that my memories of the archery club are getting quite thin.
だっけ？今の主力メンバーでも私とエミヤ以上に場に出てくるやつっていなかったぞ。エミヤはバイトもしてるし、どうしてか生徒会も手伝ってるし、一体全体いつ遊んでるんだろうって。
三つ釣りだって似たようなものだろ。
That's always a good question for Shiro, like when do you actually have fun?
オンと
When
オフ
did
はきっ
you
ち
rather?
りつけるんだ、私は。人様に見えないところでいろいろリフレッシュしてんの。
俺だって勉強、バイト、余暇の区別はつけてる。
Also, I gotta say, the talks that Mitsuzuri and Shiro had at the beginning of Stay Night, particularly in the VN, were nice, because, you know, they were genuinely friends, and Mitsuzuri genuinely raised the concern before. I think she was the same one before we raised the concern about Shiro having fun and him being like, fun. PTSD to why he feels he shouldn't. But, you know, so I like the friendship.
どうだか？エミヤはオンオフっていうか、オンオンオン？
Trace on. She lets out a refreshing laugh. Well, while I did say that I try to live a full life, in reality, I'm not that good at it. Rest, work, I can't really tell.
なんて思っていたわけですが、最近人が変わったかのように遊んでいるエミヤは、今日はデートか何か？待ち合わせ？
Her perceptiveness is as futile as ever. A date, though? Well, it's not like I wouldn't, but...
待ってくれ。その言い方だと俺がシンジみたいに聞こえないか？
あいつは遊びすぎ。まあエミヤにも少しはシンジっぽいところもあれば、こっちの気も楽なんだけどね。
Never say such a thing again. There's a thin line between plain shock and relief. Wait a moment, she's actually alone as well.
じゃあ三つ釣りはデートの待ち合わせ中なわけだ。
Ah, flip it on her.
私が？誰と？どこで？
そこで少しは相手がいるのじゃよとか強がってみるとか。
なんだよエミヤ。昔ならそこでそうかってサバサバしてたのにな。今じゃホワホワしてデート向けの女の子が大好きです。ラブラブって感じなのか？
This is post-war Shiro. This is post-war Dark Souls time is convoluted Shiro.
語弊があるぞ。とにかくだったら三つ釣りも今一人きりか？
お互い様。でも。
Mitsuzuri nods a few times. And finally, as if having decided something, clap.
よし、これもご縁だ。 遠坂の代わりに付き合え。
Oh my.
俺がお前とお付き合い
A date with Mitsuzuri.
買い物のお供ぐらいしろってことだ。ま、エミヤと一緒なんてめったにないからな。時にはこういうトンチキなお供でも悪くないだろう。
The response to my jumbled muttering is very much a manly answer. Actually, just like a gender-bent Issei. That's funny. As I attempt to grasp the situation, Mitsuzuri puffs up her cheeks in dissatisfaction.
なんだい、私じゃ不満かい？
Ah, man, don't do this.
誰もそんなこと言ってないぞ。
そうだよな。いつもお相手がマトウに遠坂にセーバーさんだもんな。私じゃお役に足りないってことか。贅沢すぎるぞエミヤは。その辺認識ある？君の瞳に惨敗。
Like I said, Shiro doesn't need anyone else, really. Like, let's be real.
綺麗どころがご所
Spoiled
望な
indeed.
らライダーを紹介するが。
Oh my, I mean, Ryder is hot. Let's be real. As soon as I mention Mitsuzuri's one weakness, she goes quiet. Oh my god. That's kind of fucked up, because in Stay Night, Ryder, like, would feed on Mitsuzuri, or fed on her. Perhaps I should mention that Ryder has been wanting to rent out Mitsuzuri. Wait, what? I beg your pardon?
いいよ別に。だいたいライダーさんはエミヤのじゃなくてマトウの付き添いじゃないか。
さくらだって2つ返事で承認のはずだ。いや、貸した借りたじゃなくて、今日はどうするんだ？付き合うってどこへ？
The conversation is taking a strange turn and needs to be forced back on track. Indeed.
よしよし。
Don't know what that was all about.
飯は食っただろうからお茶でも付き合いなさい。その後は CD 屋で新婦さらってゲーセンな。
What kind of music would Shiro be into? Metal. It reminds him of swords. Into the game center. Cool.
俺がゲーム遊戯施設のピコポコした雰囲気が増えてと知ってのお誘いか？
My gaming is limited to stuff like Uno or President at best. With a hint of uneasiness, Mitsuzuri lets out a theatrical sigh.
まったく遠坂といいエミヤといい、このご時世にありえないアナクロちゃんだな。マトウなんかあれでなかなか。
Right, because I knew about the meme that, you know, Rin is not good with technology, but I guess even Shiro.
いや、遠坂のアナクロぶりには遠く及ばないぞ、俺。
But yeah, I mean, it makes sense Shiro wouldn't be into video games as well, because before, the concept of having fun was pretty much non-existent. Of course, he wouldn't be into that. But yeah, Tosaka's like just a young boomer. I try to object. Wouldn't my very practical ability to strip any machine down to bare metal for any repairs more than compensate for not being familiar with some consumer electronics? I would say so, Shiro. That's actually very true. Granted, you use your magic to trace it, but still, that his understanding of it is crucial to that. So, and he does work with it a lot in his workshop in the shed. So, you get the pass for sure.
そういうことは携帯電話くらい持ってから言いなさいって。まあ。メール打ってるエミヤの姿も想像できないけどな。
It's so funny. This visual novel has introduced so many like weird things I never thought about, like Hero playing video games or texting, or Ryder like talking to people trying to Ryder dealing with door-to-door salesmen and considering them enemies. Just weird, innocuous situations that are so strange with these characters we've gone through so much with. In very serious ways, but now it's just so casual and just you can finally have fun, Shiro. I concur. Well, sort of.
やっぱり持たなきゃいけないのかな、携帯。猫さんには会うたび言われたりするけど。
Who's Neko-san? Black Panther? Or Fujina? I don't know. Who's the cat? Who's Cat-san? But also, we have to figure out what's going on with the war being restarted, so things aren't fully casual right now. Or are going to be, especially if he and Bazette are gonna be stirring up trouble. Mainly him. Eko-san, Mitsuzuri looks at me quizzically.
バイト先の人。藤根の大昔のクラスメート。
Okay, so yeah. Here, the one who runs Shiro's job.
ああ、あのコペンハーゲンのお姉さん。
Copenhagen, that's
そう
it.
だよ。バイトならシフトの連絡とかで必要だろ。
俺の場合仕事以外のいろいろヘルプ用っぽいけど。
Maybe it's better if I don't.
まあそれこそエミヤの勝手っつうかプライベートだけど時間の問題じゃないかきっと。
Mitsuzuri laughs heartily. She really seems to enjoy laughing. So,
そのあたりもエミヤに指南してやらなきゃな。授業にはちゃんと遠坂も連れてこいよ。
oh man.
逃げる
Please let that be a game mechanic. If Tosuka were to see Coach Mitsuzuri's knowledgeable face, she'd be grumbling about it the whole day.
そっか、先にエミヤとセイバーさんに教え込んでからできないのはあんただけよって言った方があいつ向きかね。はてさて。
Ooh, evil plan. Evil. I gotta see Saber fiddling with the cell phone though. Shiro, how do I take this selfie? She lays out her brainwashing strategy, grinning broadly. Nonetheless, defeating Tosuka's stubbornness, I can only wish her luck. Not something I would try myself.
まあさておき、とりあえずはエミヤとゲーセンだな。体感系ならいい勝負ができるだろ。うん。
We're back to that again. First person. Something that we could both enjoy at the game center would probably be
あの拳銃のやつとかか。
shooting games.
いいよ。エミヤならそういうの得意そうだし、意外にコンティニューに頼らなくて済むかな。とりあえず駅前に移動な。
いや頼むから割り勘で。
Sounds fun. Let's do it. Mitsuzuri sets off at a brisk pace, and I have to chase after. This really is a date, isn't it? Not that I mind. Maybe I should just keep quiet.
ほらエミヤ、ぼーっとするな。私は男とゲーセン行くの初めてなんだから。そうだ、パンチ力測るよ、パンチ力。
You see is more manly. Let's do it, Shiro. Can't help it. I'm too excited. She keeps urging me on. Perhaps calling it a date was a bit of a stretch. A date between friends, you know. I get it. It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. There are no major events and everyone returned to their rooms. I'm a little upset we didn't get to see the gaming session, but you know. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime? Oh. We're going for a walk again, alone. Oh my. I feel like we need to see something else here. We saw this already. So South Residential intersection or the temple. Temple could be interesting, but wouldn't really learn anything, I feel like, unless someone is looking or stalking Castor and Kuzuki, but she's not up to anything and she has no interest in what's going on. So would have to be intersection or South Residential. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong here. It's dimmer than Shinto in the distance, but if you listen carefully, you can hear sounds of activity. Sound of a passing car's engine. Maybe I should have went to the temple. The ragged breath of a running silhouette. Whoa! The light from a house with laughter spilling out. The heavy breathing of the running silhouette with its tongue hanging out. Whoa. Well then, I guess it's about time to go back and catch some sleep. Shiro! I swear, the things he's letting just slip by. Oh, Emiyashiro. Will we ever figure out what's going on? I guess we'll find out.